Hey y'all, it's Wyatt Bang from Bang Outdoor Adventures. I got a quick question to get us started off today. What's on your bucket list? One of my bucket list items is to hike on the Foothills Trail, contained mostly in the mountainous northeast corner of South Carolina. On the weekend of April 8 through 10, I had the opportunity to do this with Lewis, my cousin Trevor, and Uncle Calvin. We just started out the lower valley, trailhead access. It is about 52 degrees, 610. We're starting our first descent. Mostly moderate uphill so far. Nothing too bad. Just about the right temperature, a bit on the chilly side. But yeah, the BD had to come off. I was getting heated up on the uphill. We just stopped here to fill up our waters, and now we are hitting the trail. I ended up going a little bit further than what we were expecting, maybe another mile to a campsite, so it will be getting darker by the time we get our tents and hammocks set up. It's starting to open up a little bit. 7:55. We are about to set up and enjoy a hot meal. At the close of the day, we sought shelter from the steady breeze in a hollow at 2,600 feet of elevation. Dusk quickly fell as we hurriedly set up our tents and hammocks. There's nothing like a hike to get your appetite going for some hot food and a good fire, so those both hit the spot. Saturday morning dawned cloudy and chilly. After enjoying hot oatmeal, we began taking down our tents and sleeping bags. We were quite surprised when a mixture of snow and sleet began peppering us. We didn't plan a lot of miles to start with, so it seemed like we would have a fairly laid-back Saturday hike after accomplishing a couple of our miles the evening before. We're taking just a little detour off the trail because it's starting to open up. There's a nice panorama through the trees in the distance. Standing on this outcropping, and there's a pretty nice drop. One of the objectives I have for this trip is hopefully finding a couple good places to send my drone up. We're nearing Sassafras Mountain. My hands are stinging, almost numb. Let's go. We have arrived amidst the snow. View up top is pretty great. Here we are, Sassafras Mountain, 3,554 feet. We got a little breeze kicking up. It's died down some, which helps a lot, but yeah, our hands are kind of numb, even after putting more clothes on. Visibility is still pretty good despite the snow and the haze. It was a wonderful view, but there was more to see and miles to make before we reached our designated stopping point. About half an hour after leaving Sassafras, we stopped at a trailside campsite for lunch. We got about the most snow we've had today over lunchtime. These tranquil trickles of water attracted my attention as we hiked after lunch. This is documented. It is snowing 10 minutes after the snow. Oh yeah, it feels way different with the sun out. Drops down into drainage there. It's a sweet rock slide. Look at that. This is cool. This is just above the rock slide. Lighthouse campsite. Snow right after a lighthouse campsite. It's just falling about 4 o'clock. This snow is starting to stick to my jacket. The question is when it will stick on the ground. Biggest standout of today had to be just the fluctuating weather. Fortunately, we had clothes and stuff to deal with it. But yeah, it wasn't too bad as long as we were moving. Next, Trevor and I tackled the rock outcroppings above our campsite. Biggest thing we're fighting right now is brambles. That did not work. So we're gonna see if we can find another way. There's our campsite below. Okay, we're trying the left side. This isn't a typical rock scramble because there's a lot of brambles and down trees mixed in. So we are contending with a lot of moisture.
Hold it, that is awesome.
I feel like this could fall on me at any time.
Yeah, that kind of, oh, look at that slab of rock right here.
Oh.
That is.
Look at all that rain coming down.
That goes way up there too. It keeps on going like up on top.
Here's the cave back here we were just in. But yeah, there's a way up there's a ceiling. Just misting down. Well, this is about as far as we can go, but it is pretty sweet. It's a big rock slab. Had fun climbing up on. Accessed only by this fallen tree. Despite the cold, it was a good day in the mountains. There were 3 things in particular that I enjoyed about the day. First, I got to fly my drone for a bit at the summit of South Carolina's tallest mountain. I also thought the rock slab we got to see just before arriving at our campsite was really cool. The third thing I enjoyed was scaling the rocks up to the cave. All in all, it was a very satisfying day. After having our Sunday morning worship at this spot, I found an area close by where I could cut my drone loose. Although Sunday dawned at a crisp 29 degrees, which was colder than the morning before, it was warming up rapidly. The difference is the sun is out, and it is beautiful. We are headed towards Table Rock State Park. Here we took a quick detour, and that is pretty sweet. Instead of descending 4 miles of Table Rock State Park, Calvin, Trevor, and I chose to split off onto the Pinnacle Trail to summit Table Rock. The burn is getting real. Fortunately, the most intense elevation gain of our trip only lasted about 15 minutes until we were at the top of Pinnacle Mountain. There's Table Rock looming to our right. Alright, this is the Y we were looking for. This trail here goes down to Table Rock State Park, and that'll take us up. After stopping for lunch, we are dropped our packs and we are headed up the final ascent to the peak. Anticipation building as we near the top. Here's the first big view. This spot featured a fairly flat rock slab with a nice unobstructed view, but in my mind, the quest was not finished yet. We're gonna keep going just a bit, see if maybe the better view is up ahead. There's another spot. Oh yeah. Look at that. Here we are, Table Rock, second overlook, just past the summit. It's hard to capture on camera, but it's a fairly steep drop before just dropping straight off. One of my objectives in coming on this trip was to get to fly this DJI Air 2S. This made all the climbing and sweating worth it as we soaked in the beauty of God's creation. We were blessed with great visibility and balmy weather at the summit. Although the temperature started out at around 29 degrees that morning, it felt a bit hot for hiking after rising almost 40 degrees. Here we go, starting our descent. This is fun here now. No pack, just scrambling down rocks. Now we can say it's all downhill from here as we descend to Table Rock State Park. It's been a good hike. We are excited about getting to the vehicle though. This just feels really good. Man, I love this little waterfall, water slide thing behind us. As we finished the hike, we passed more beautiful water features. I would have enjoyed spending a bit of time in the refreshing mountain stream, but unfortunately, we had to hurry. Fatigue was starting to get to us after 13 miles that day, so it felt great when we made it to the parking lot. My takeaway for you is this: don't let difficulty keep you from attempting something new or challenging. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, here are a couple others that may interest you.